Good morning, children. Today we are going to see new chapter, that is sorting of materials into groups. Sorting means arranging materials into group. Okay. So in this class we are going to see about classification of object. Why we have to classify objects? What is the need for the classification of object? Everything we are going to see. Okay. So there are different things in our surroundings. Yes, these things have different shapes and sizes. Yes, for example, in our classroom, if we saw means bags, bottles, books, fans, lights, students, and many other things are there. Okay, so the things which is present around us is called as materials. Okay, so what is mean by materials? There are different things in our surroundings which is having different shapes and sizes are called materials. Okay, so materials can be classified into two types. They are natural things and man-made things. Okay, so the things which exist naturally is called as natural things, and the things which made by man is called as man-made things. Okay, so materials we can classify into two. What are they? Natural things and man-made things. Natural things means the things which exist naturally, and man-made things means the things which made by man. So natural things will be living or non-living things. So all things which present in our surrounding are made up of one or more than one kind of materials. Yes, like wood, paper, plastic, metal, etc. Okay, so all things are made up of one or more than one kind of materials. So now we can see classification of object. So object can be classified on the basis of some properties like size, shape, their use, etc. Okay, so we can classify object based on some properties such as size, shape, their use, etc. So what is meant by grouping? Placing similar things together is called grouping. Okay, so in our class means we can consider girls means one group, boys one group, because we are placing similar things together, isn't it? So placing similar things together is called grouping. Then what is meant by classification? Grouping materials according to similarity or dissimilarity is called classification. Okay, so grouping means we are placing the similar things together, that is called grouping, and classification means grouping the materials according to similarities or dissimilarity is called classification. So classification of object can also done on the basis of materials they are made up of. Okay. So now we are going to see what are the advantages of classification. Okay. So what are the advantage uses of classification? So when we are classifying object, there are lot of advantages. Okay, so classification of object has several advantages. So what are the advantages? First, it helps a person to identify object. Okay, so we can identify, we can detect the object when we are classifying the object. Okay, so it helps a person to identify object. Then it helps in sorting object. Okay, so if there is a group of things, okay, many items, okay, group of many items, how we will classify the object? We have to first arrange, as that is called sorting. Okay, it helps in sorting object, thus preventing them from getting mixed up. Okay, so once we are isolating the object, we can prevent them from getting mixed up with the other object. Okay, so classification helps a person to identify object, for sorting object, for locating the things. So it is only because of classification that you can locate a book you need in your school library. So you know, in your school library there will be a lot of books. Okay, so if we are not classifying as a story book, as a drama book, or the science related book, or social related book, if we are not locating the books like that, we cannot identify. Yes, we cannot identify which book which book is present in which track. Yes, so classification helps in locating things, so that we can easily identify the object, and we can easily pick up that object and use it. Okay, then classification also makes study of different object easy and meaningful. So when we are classifying the object, we can easily understand about the particular object. Okay, and not only that, classification helps to understand the similarities and dissimilarity. When we are grouping, or when we are classifying the object into groups, we can understand easily the differences and the similarities between the objects. Okay, so these are some of the advantages of classification. Understood, children? So what are the advantages of classification? It helps to identify object, it helps to sort the object, helps to locate the things, make study of different object easy and meaningful. It understand the similarities and dissimilarity by classifying the object. Understood? Now, what are objects made up of? So, some object that you see around in our school are table, chair, desk. They are all made of wood. Yes. So, wood is the material. So, object like bottle, pencil case are made from plastic. Yes. So, plastic is another kind of material, isn't it? So the object can be classified by the based on the material they are made up of. Okay, so first, how we can classify the object? The object can be classified based on the different material in which it is made of. Understood, children? So we can classify the object based on the different material by which the object is made of. Example, bowl may be made up of plastic or glass or metal. So we can classify according to the material by which the object is made. Now, different objects can be made of the same material. So for example, plastic is used to make toys, buckets, plates, mugs, bags, etc., isn't it? So different object can be made up of the same material. So we can classify the different object which is made with the same material. Okay, so we can classify object based on the material by which the object is made. And one more thing, how we can classify? We can classify the different object made of the same material. Then object can be made using more than one material. Okay, so one more thing is the object that can be made using more than one. For example, a window of a house. So a window of the house can be made of glass, wood, or metal. Yes, so according to our consent, we will make the material. We will select the material which the object have to be made. Yes, so object that can be made using more than one material. So these are the ways how the object is made. So object is made of different material. Different object can be made of same material. Then object can be made using more than one material. Understood, children, how the objects are made of? So how the objects are made of? Objects are made up of different material. Different object made up of same material. An object can be made using more than one material. Understood, children? Now, classification of object based on properties of materials. Okay, so we know object is made because of different kinds of material. Okay, now we are going to classify the objects based on the properties of materials. So, certain properties of material are physical state of materials, appearance of materials, hardness of materials, solubility, density, transparency. Okay, so what are the properties of material by which we can classify the object? Physical state, appearance, hardness, solubility, density, transparency. So first we can see about physical state. Physical state means you know what are the three states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. Yes, so material can be classified into three physical states. What are they? Solid, liquid and gas. Okay, so we know solid has definite shape and volume. Example for solid: chair, spoon. Okay, then liquid, it will take the shape of the container and have definite volume. Okay, so liquid will take the shape of container and they have definite volume. Example for liquid: oil, water. Then gases, they will take up all the space they get and do not have definite volume. Yes, example for gases: air is a mixture of gas. Then smoke is also an example for gas. Okay, so based on the physical state, material can be classified into three. What are they? Solid, liquid and gas. So solid, they are having definite shape and volume. Example for solid: chair, spoon. And liquid, it will take the shape of container and have definite volume. Example: oil, water. And gases, they do not have definite volume. Okay, so they take up all the space they get. Example: air, smoke. Now, based on appearance, we can classify the object. So, based on appearance, how the materials are classified means lustrous material. So, materials look different from each other. Yes, wood look different from plastic, gold or aluminium, isn't it? So some materials like metals have shine. Okay, they are called as lustrous material. Okay, based on the appearance. Okay, so they will be shining or they do not have a shine. Yes, so based on that, based on their appearance, materials can be classified into two. They are lustrous and non-lustrous. Okay, so what is meant by lustrous? Lustrous means the material, like metals, they have a shine. Okay, so they will shine, so they are called as lustrous material. And example for lustrous material: gold, aluminium. And non-lustrous means they do not have shine. Example: wood, jute. So some metals like silver, copper, they will lose their luster when they come in contact with air and moisture and hence appear dull after some time. Okay, so some metals, they will lose their luster when they come in contact with air and moisture. So they will appear as a dull color after some time. Understood, children? So now I hope that you all understand about the properties of materials, so which is helpful in classifying objects. So two properties we have completed in this class. What are they? Physical state and appearance. So based on physical state, we can classify the object into three: yes, solid, liquid, gas. appearance, in based on appearance, materials can be classified into two, lustrous and non-lustrous. Okay, so in next class we will continue the other property of the material which are helpful in classifying object. Okay. If you have any doubt, you can ask children. Thank you.